Welcome back to Around the Block. We are talking about a woman's best friend, which is a diamond. That's what they say. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. And so this woman went to the Crater of Diamonds in Arkansas, which I've always wanted to go to with my family.
Me
And
too.
we were just there in Arkansas this summer, but it was so hot, like blazing, like over 100 degrees hot, and there's no shade. And so you have to dig for like hours out
Right.
there. And you also have to bring in your own little shovels and things, or you can rent some from them.
Oh,
Um,
really?
you can, what I would suggest is bringing your own tent and popping that up for some shade. But anyway, so she went there with the intention of finding a, a an engagement ring diamond so that her boyfriend could propose to her. And so she did. That's amazing because most of the time these days you find little white diamonds. This is a 2.3 carat. And
That's a big, that's really big,
mhm.
right?
Right. Yes. And so it's this one, happy for her. She found it. She's 31. Her name is Michelle Fox from New York. She traveled all the way to
She
Arkansas.
did?
Yeah,
Oh, my
to
goodness.
do this. And she wanted everyone to know my fiance did not force me to do this. He was going to buy me a ring, but it's frugal. And sure enough, I mean, it's like she has like, it was instinctual.
That's amazing.
Like she was told, if you go there, it will come. You know
Well,
what I mean?
now she'll have to, it's a raw diamond.
It's a raw diamond, so she'll have to have it cut, cleaned, bleached, all that stuff that they do to it,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he can pay for all that.
yes, and he'll also have to pay for the gold,
Well,
unless they go
yeah.
mining.
It's probably going to end up costing him more than a diamond ring would have.
Yeah, but it's a natural diamond, so it's not lab grown, which I love lab grown diamonds.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so
That's
congratulations,
so
man. That's
cool.
a
Right.
treasure.
Right.
She told park rangers, I got on my hands and knees and cried and then started laughing. So
A 1 carat diamond's pretty good size, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
two
Well,
carats are better.
Heather, yeah.
I mean, no, 1 carat's fine. A lot of people don't even, they just have a band, so
Right.
anything's fine.
Me, that's
It
all
doesn't,
I,
oh, you
well,
don't want a 1 carat
that's all
solitaire on your ring? Bling. What coat, what do you call these again? Cufflinks.
my
What cufflinks
cufflinks.
do you have on today?
Well, I've got a green tie on. What do you think I'm got on? A green cuff.
Oh, hey, Matt, is that a stone? Let me see that. Let me see that. Is that a stone?
No, it's a hand painted.
Oh, it's hand painted.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm losing to Anthony over here. He's bailing out on me.
So Kent has this massive cufflink collection. How many do you have, do you
I don't
think?
know.
Like, do you
They're
have
like diamonds.
drawers?
I don't keep track of them.
Are they drawers that you have, or how do you store them?
It's funny. My wife gave me this,
Organizer?
yeah, an organizer that I guess it was for earrings originally, but I put my little cufflinks in there.
Okay.
And
And
now I have two that hang in my closet.
I very rarely see you wear the same ones twice.
I have too many. I need to get rid of a bunch and buy some more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that's your jewel. That's your bling.
That is my bling, I guess.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
own thing. That's
Yeah.
cool. I like it. It's different.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Have you been to the zoo in a while in Oklahoma City?
I haven't been to the zoo in a long time, and that's not good because they've done so much out there.
They have. Things are changing. I want to say 2020-ish maybe was the last time I was out there.
Okay.
And so they have a baby, brand new zebra. That's super
Oh,
cute.
wow.
Yes, look at it. It's
Look at
also
that.
called a foal,
Okay.
and they're fluffier.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's got that. See how they're kind of fluffy like that?
Uh-huh.
It's just when they're babies, and then when they get bigger, the fluffiness goes away. And also, they have some brown. See the brown striping?
Mm-hmm.
That brown turns to black as they get older.
Well, they're beautiful animals all around.
They really are. They're so uniquely patterned.
Mm-hmm. Am I right?
And Jacqueline was wondering too. Jacqueline, pot yourself up because you mentioned too that like you wondered about fingerprints. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I wondered, and Kent might know, he may be a subject matter expert, but are they all different? Like your fingerprint is different. Do you think the swirl
are
pattern
the patterns
is
on the boy? I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe no two are alike?
Maybe that's a possibility, Jacqueline. Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're gorgeous.
Looking at their faces, yeah, you wonder if you get down to distances between stripes and things, if they're, I don't know. There's a question for AI.
Yeah, or forensics.
Right, right.
If a zebra commits a crime, do they have a zebra print like we have a fingerprint?
That's interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. I need to get back out there and see that. And then there's a whole new Expedition Africa thing that I haven't seen. So always so much fun. To me, it's relaxing just to see the animals and walk around.
Yeah, and they have so much shade there now, and misters, and I mean, you can go to the zoo and not be that hot,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
nice.
And one thing too about the zebra that I want to say, by the way, his name's Atlas, the little boy. He's the sixth in their collection now, but also zebras, because they're natively from Africa, they're instinctually quick on their feet due to predators, and they can run within an hour of being born.
That's amazing right
Isn't it?
there. Yes.
Can you imagine a human baby
Oh,
1 hour old? Thank God that can't happen. But like, I mean, that's incredible.
it was like Kevin being able to eat a steak an hour after he was born.
I always love the jokes. I'm going to tell him that today.
Go ahead.
He comes in the afternoons and you're gone. And I'm like, hey, listen to what Kit said about you
No,
today.
he's born with a full set of teeth.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, definitely need to get back out there. Let's talk about this next story, which is also similar to this. To me, is way more priceless than any diamond that you're going to find. Very cool story. A scientist says fragments of a meteorite that punched through a Georgia homeowner's roof after blazing across the sky in a fiery streak is older than the Earth itself.
That is cool. Wow.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And the University of Georgia geologist, he said in a press release that the meteorite fragments are 4.56 billion years old and came from an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool.
I would take that thing, it's the size of a cherry tomato, and put that on a ring.
Right.
And be like, have you seen my meteorite?
That would be cool. Now, I want to know what the guy's insurance company had to say about it punching a hole through his roof.
Right, right. But people in several southern states said they reported seeing this mysterious fireball in broad daylight. It was June 26th that this actually happened.
Wow.
So it was traveling faster than the speed of sound when it approached Earth's surface. Good thing it did not hit a human inside that house. That would have been disastrous.
Yes, for sure. That always reminds me of War of the Worlds, that old movie when meteorites are coming down.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool stuff.
It really is cool. And then I guess it's yours to keep, right? I mean,
yeah. So what's the value of it? I mean, who would a museum buy it? A school, a university? If somebody wants to study it, NASA, would they buy it? I'm curious.
Yeah. Well, the university itself, the University of Georgia, they received 23 grams from a piece the size of that cherry tomato. So they received some of it. I guess they're going to do some testing on it.
That's all it was, the size of a cherry tomato.
Yeah, that went through the roof.
Oh, okay.
But it would have gone through a human too, had they been in its path. So they're going to do further analysis on it to see if it reveals something about the conditions of the early solar system before the planets even formed.
Wow, that's cool.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I hadn't heard about that.
It makes you wonder, too, how many other Earths are out there in different galaxies, if we have any other Earths, because there are countless galaxies out there.
Well, Carl Sagan said it's more impossible that there's not one.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, and that is fascinating, too.
I know, right?
It's like, someday when I die, I'm going to go to heaven and ask God. Hopefully I go to heaven, knock on wood, and ask God, so about that.
That's a whole nother subject.
And he'd be like, listen, a lot of people are dying here. I don't have all this time. Do you mind? Move along.
Next.
My very first question will be, why mosquitoes? Followed by, do we have any other Earths?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so our next story, Brad Pitt. He might be another victim of that. Do you remember like that Brazil gangster team that were flying over here and breaking into like Travis Kelce's house when he found out Travis Kelce was, going to be
playing
gone?
a football game or
right.
something. Yeah.
Several different athletes too. Well, Brad Pitt was just the victim of this. And his house was actually ransacked by burglars. However, there have been 4 arrests, but they knew that he would be gone promoting his new movie. And so at that time, they broke in.
Did he tell people on Facebook he was
probably.
No.
And I know you're always against that. Like, wait till you get back from vacation. Don't post in advance that you're leaving. But he bought his property for $5.5 million in April of 2023. He hasn't even lived there that long.
Mm-hmm.
So, but detectives did make 4 arrests. Said the suspects' names would be released at a later day, date, and time.
Well, I hope they get
Combine
those.
those two
Get
words.
more of them. Those guys rat out their buddies.
Yeah, I know. It's just really, I mean, that I'm not saying that this is the gang that we've brought you before on
Right.
here even, but just
Could
that it's a
copycat
coordinated
or-
thing.
yeah, right.
Sure.
Yeah, it is coordinated. That's scary.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. Let's move on down to Madonna. Since you're a music person,
Okay.
former DJ,
Yeah.
Madonna is now, she's not political, and she's saying she's not taking sides,
Mm-hmm.
but she's urging the Pope to visit Gaza before it's too late due to the humanitarian crisis.
Mhm.
People are starving over there.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, this is her during a concert. She looks, I mean, she's in her 60s. She looks amazing, really. But she has urged the Pope to visit Gaza. She posted her appeal on social media. She said it inspired her son. She was inspired by her son's birthday to post this for other children on the Gaza Strip. And so she's asking him to bring his light to the children before it's too late. She said, the pontiff is the only one of us who cannot be denied entry. You know, a lot of journalists are still stuck over there. They can't even leave.
yeah. No,
They're-
that's right.
No one's in or out.
It's a real quagmire there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough to see those images that are coming out of there, and it's angering world leaders, you know, that understand both sides of the conflict, but there's just no room for to see those images of starving people there.
Sure. Yeah. It's heartbreaking.
Yes,
Children are involved.
right.
And so it's a difficult thing. We're not being political or either way about this, but the Pope recently did renew his call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza after, you know, seeing the pictures and images of children starving, but adults too. Journalists
Yes.
are starving. They're putting out a call. And so again, Madonna said she's not taking sides on either way in the war, but doing it for her son for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she requested.
She still live in England. She kind of almost became a citizen over there or something in England. She there for a while. She had an English accent and everything. Remember
Really?
that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I used to listen to her.
I keep up with all the Madonna stuff.
I'm sure you do. I used to listen to her as a kid and I loved her music. So my parents, you know, were missionaries.
Yeah.
And before they were missionaries, my dad was an associate pastor of a church. We're riding to church. I'm like 5 years old. And my sister and I are in the back singing her song, Like a Virgin.
Nice.
Woo! And my parents go, what? That is the last time you're listening to
That's
the
funny.
radio. No, I actually continued listening to the radio, but they said I couldn't. When I heard that song, I had to turn it down. And I was like, what's a virgin, mommy?
Good.
Way too young. But it was a good song. She had lots of big hits.
Huge hits. She was a big dance music. I was a club DJ, so I mean, spun lots of Madonna tunes.
Yeah, I bet.
Lucky Star, 117 beats a minute. I can tell you.
Did you have your Lucky Cufflinks on then too?
No, it was a little pre-cufflink.
Okay, well, you need to get some cool records or something.
You know, I have one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a record.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk about all kinds of different stories, including, of course, we have to have a shark story in
I
this
have
show.
to go.
And Kent has to go. Thank you for being here, Kent.
Of course. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, Teray's going to join us right after this break, and we'll be
Good.
right back.